So in this last example, we're going to be looking at constructing a polynomial. So we're going to be looking at taking some information and turning it into an actual polynomial equation. So first let's think about if I had factored down and gotten what you see on the top of your screen. X minus 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 1. If I said to solve that, you'd set each piece equal to 0, get x equals 3, x equals negative 2, and x equals 1. What I want you to notice is the part that's highlighted. In the equation, the x minus 3, it was negative. When I solved it, it came out positive. I had x plus 2, I solved and got negative 2. I had x minus 1, solved and got 1. The sign is always opposite from the parenthesis, the factored form, to the solution. So what we're going to be doing in this video is actually working backwards. They're going to give me the solutions, and I need to come up with this part right here. So here's my example. Construct a polynomial that's third degree, meaning x to the third, and it has zeros of x minus I, 2 minus I, 2 plus I, and 4, and a leading coefficient of negative 4. That's the number that's going to go out front. Well, these zeros are going to tell me kind of how to set up the factored version. So a 0 means that x, when I solved it, was 2 minus I. This one said x equals 2 plus I. Well, if I want to get those equal to 0 so that I can put it in the factored form, I'm just going to be reversing the signs, move everything over. So right here, I'm going to be moving everything over to the left. So to undo the 2 and undo negative I, I'm going to minus 2 from both sides and add I. So I end up having x minus 2 plus I equals 0. That's what's going to go in the first part of my parentheses. So because I have 3 zeros, I'm going to have 3 parentheses. So the first one is going to be this right here. X minus 2 plus I. The second one's going to follow the same. Instead of it being 2 minus I, it's 2 plus I. So right there, I'm going to move them all over. So I'll have minus 2 minus I. And then the last one, x equals 4. Well, that one's just going to be x minus 4. Now, the only other thing is they said it needs to have a leading coefficient of negative 4. So that number is actually going to end up going all the way out front. So before I can distribute that negative 4, I've got to multiply out all of this stuff. So I'm going to multiply the first terms. I'm going to multiply those two pieces right there. So you distribute every single term to all the other terms. So what that means, x times x is going to give me x squared. X times negative 2 is going to give me negative 2x. X times I is going to give me ix. Now I distributed the x, so the second part I'm going to distribute the negative 2. So we've got negative 2 times x, negative 2x, negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4, and negative 2 times I, negative 2i. Now I'm going to do it again with the negative I. Negative I times x, negative ix, negative I times negative 2, positive 2i, and negative I times positive I, negative I squared. Now before I can multiply by the x minus 4, that last term, I want to go through and combine up like terms because I'm hoping that some things are going to cancel. And so you'll see the 2i and the negative 2i cancel. The positive ix and the negative ix are going to cancel. And I squared will reduce to negative 1, simplify. So I have negative 1, which is going to give me plus 1 right there. So now I'm looking for some like terms that I can combine. So I have x squared, and then negative 2x minus 2x is going to give me minus 4x, and then I have 4 and 1 will give me 5. Now I'm going to multiply by that x minus 4 from up there. So now I have a trinomial times a binomial, so I'm going to do the same thing again. And then don't forget I still have that negative 4 in front, which can't get multiplied until the end. So I'm going to multiply x times x squared, which will give me x to the third. I'm going to multiply x times negative 4, negative 4x squared, x times 5, 5x. I'm going to then do the same thing, but with the negative 4. So I have negative 4 times x squared, negative 4x squared, negative 4 times negative x, positive 16x, and negative 4 times 5 is going to give me negative 20. So now I'm going to combine up like terms again. I have x cubed. I've got negative 4x and negative 4x squared and negative 4x squared. It's going to give me negative 8x squared. And then I have positive 5x, positive 16x, which is going to give me positive 21x, and then carry down the minus 20. Now that I have that thing all multiplied out, I still have that negative 4 out front. So I'm going to take that negative 4 and distribute to everything inside, and I'm going to get negative 4x to the third plus 32x squared minus 84x, and then the last one plus 80. And that will be my polynomial, and that satisfies the above conditions.